host of Aaron's Hour, Aaron Phillips.
Good morning, everybody. Good afternoon. Welcome to the first edition of Aaron's Hour with Aaron Phillips in 2024. Look, it seems like it's been a year since I've been here, but reality is it's only been a couple of weeks. So hopefully you had a great 2024, Christmas, New Year's. I hope everything was great. We are back and ready to rock and roll. Thank you for joining us today because I'll tell you what, folks, I'm kicking off 2024 with a show that has got a, shall we say, a little flair to today's show. If you read my promo post, I have James Bond. Yes. Like shake it. You know, first of all, the reason they're here, let's put them all on camera. I can't wait any longer because it'll make no sense for me to say what I was going to say. So to my right, one of the stars in the movie Shaken and Stirred, Lindsay Palumbo. Next to her, him, them on the middle that he got to be crazy before the show. See, it was our fault. Colby Ashton. And the gentleman who's making a return visit. Last time he was here with his managing producing partner, Deborah Richards, a good friend of the show. He is here today. Patrick Wirtz, talking about a movie that's going to be released later on this year called Shaken and Stirred. Folks, how you guys doing?
Awesome.
Doing good?
Yeah, no. Tell the truth. You're exhausted.
I am. Yeah.
What time did you close this morning?
I didn't even work last night, but I went
see,
to bed.
He even took the excuse away.
I mean, I always go to bed late. I woke up.
Guys, Colby closed at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Give me a break.
I mean, mentally, I close at 4 a.m., but
there you go.
I woke up this morning probably like 7:30 and then turned my alarm clock off because I was awake, and then I made the mistake of laying back down.
That snooze button will get you every
But
time.
hey, I'm on time.
Hey, you are here. You got here just as we were about to go on the air, a couple of minutes. But guys, thank you very much for coming in. And the reason they're here is, as I mentioned, Patrick and Deborah Richards, they're producing this movie called Shaken and Stirred, which really is the first documentary about flair bartending, right?
Yeah, and she directed it too.
And she directed. Yeah. What did you say? She's like at home right now under.
Yeah, she's color grading, editing. She's an editor. She does the VFX.
And you have to remind her when to eat and go to the bathroom, don't you?
Basically.
Yeah, exactly.
Time to eat now. Yeah.
Well, everybody, if you look up in the past, just search my name with Deborah Richards, you'll see how so into her passion of what she does is there. You can understand why. When I asked if she was coming, I asked Patrick, is Deborah going to come in? He's like, oh no, she got too much work to do on the film.
Yeah, totally.
So, and which is great because next week you guys are telling me you're going to Miami, is it?
Right. We're going to show it to a bunch of television programming executives. So
right,
we're excited. Yeah.
So then we can always say they heard it here first, folks. That's right. Anyway, so when I put my promo post up about you guys coming on, Shaken and Stirred is not the James Bond line because I was thinking about how can I intertwine that? Because how do you like your martini? Shaken, not stirred, right? I'm like, that's not going to work. So I hit delete, and figured out with another way to come across. Anyway, these guys, we're going to talk about the movie. And guess what? In Studio 1A, they're going to show us some flair here. They're going to show us, because these guys are in competitions, not only here in the United States. One of you went abroad recently. Is that right? Somebody went international?
Yeah, I just got back.
So we'll talk about that. These guys are award-winning bartenders, and we've got educators, as I like to call them, who teach people, women specifically, about flair bartending, and all of this because of that movie Cocktail, which really put everything on the map about flair bartending.
30 years ago.
Hey, stop. You just showed your age. Lindsay's only 18 and holding. Come on now. Don't show your age, John. See, you like that? That's what we call brown-nosing the beauty on the table. This is a show called Beauty and the Beast right now, folks, okay? It's working?
100%.
Excellent. I love
Flattery
it.
will get you everywhere.
That means when I come in to see you, I'll at least get one drink?
Yeah, I can make it happen.
All right, good. Because I only drink water, so you're safe. Don't worry about it. Anyway, all right, so here we go. So I want to share some things that's gone on since we last saw each other. And of course, some news and highlights of what's happening. One of the things I always like talking about in the new calendar year, there's always new laws that take effect. And of course, every state has them. And I came across an article. There's 80 laws that in our state went into effect January 1st. If I go over all 80 of them, folks, we ain't going to have time for our guests. So I'll just highlight some of them. John is going to love a couple of these, by the way, my dear producer. The amount of marijuana.
What's the name of this segment?
Oh, what is the name of this segment? It's called Vegas Unwrapped 2.0. See?
With a nod to the past and an eye to the future, here is Aaron Phillips with Vegas Unwrapped 2.0.
As I was saying, thank you, John.
I thought you were so rudely interrupted.
That's okay. You can rudely interrupt me anytime, which you usually do anyway. 80 new laws went into effect in our state. I'm going to highlight a couple of them. The amount of marijuana one person can possess just doubled in the state to now 2.5 ounces. Recreational.
All right, I'm legal
See,
again.
I knew you'd love that one. Come on now. Recreational retailers are now authorized to sell medical cannabis to patients without having to obtain a separate license. So you're good, John.
But doesn't that make perfect sense?
Of
I mean,
course.
if you can buy the crap for recreational purposes, so
I know. That's why I like going
that's
over
our
these.
lawmakers.
Maybe we need the little toke before we read these things.
Yeah.
I don't know. Here's a good one for anybody that suffers from this. Traditionally, women, though, tests for breast cancer now must be fully covered by insurance. Now, that's a good one. That includes imaging testing and diagnostic imaging tests. That means no deductible nor co-payments from the patient. So that is
Nice.
good news. There you go.
Awesome.
Medicaid coverage for postpartum care will change from 60 days now to a full year. That's another good one. But I'm wondering, Medicaid and someone who's postpartum, isn't that usually like right after a pregnancy, right?
Yes.
Postpartum.
Postpartum is
Yeah.
up to you.
Who's
Give birth.
delivering at 60? Not at 60 days. I was just checking to see if everybody's listening.
You don't, for Medicaid,
Yes.
is any age.
No, of course.
Medicare is older.
No, but this is actually 60 days, not the age. It's extending from 60 days to a year's coverage on Medicaid.
Okay.
Anyway, what do you listen to me for? Solitary confinement is now banned in Nevada prisons except as a last resort. Could you imagine a resort called solitary confinement? That's what I just thought. Now located down on the street. Exactly. Oh my God. The maximum number of days in confinement, however, is 15 days. Jail inmates awaiting trial will also be able to cast a ballot now. I don't know how that's going to bode well for upcoming elections, folks, but you can look in between the lines any way you want to on that
You
one.
can vote, but you can't run.
That's right. In perhaps one of the most interesting new laws, Nevada is now the 7th state to allow for human composting.
Oh,
If you don't know what that is,
So
that's
you can bury the bodies in your backyard.
exactly. That's the process of organically disposing of human remains and converting them into soil. CSI, that TV show CSI would have a hell of a time doing a crime scene.
There are companies out there that you can hire that will take your remains and plant a tree or,
Those are called funeral parlors when you
Yeah.
get cremated.
Yeah.
Right? Okay. Anyway, you can check out www.leg.state.nv.us if you want to check out the full list of 80 laws. And if you want to spend time doing that, I'm going to suggest you need to get a life. Anyway, Red Cross, here's a good thing. Super Bowl. Have you heard the Super Bowl's coming into town? Are you guys aware of that?
yeah.
I thought it was only me that didn't know. Yesterday on the show, I thought it was February 4th. I was correct. It's the 11th. See, I don't know. What do I know? I'm a big football guy, and I can't even keep track when this stuff happens. But the Red Cross, if you donate blood, you can enter a drawing to win tickets to the Super Bowl. How cool is that? From now, January 1st through January 31st, anyone who donates blood to the Red Cross will be automatically entered to win a trip for Super Bowl on February 11th. Guess what? Just get an Uber. You'll be fine down there. Jeez. The winner and guests will enjoy the game, access to day of in-stadium pregame activities, tickets to the Super Bowl experience, round-trip airfare. This is actually a countrywide.
so you could go from Henderson to Vegas.
And with everybody that's due to be in town, you'll need
Or
air
no,
transfer.
Vegas, Vegas.
Exactly.
Yeah, there you go.
Exactly. Now, and $1,000 gift card for expenses. That's pretty cool. For more information, you can go to the Red Cross website or call 1-800-733-2767. A friend of mine shared with me that ticket prices. You guys would probably be working. That's got to be like a super high
I'll be
time for
working,
you guys,
Yeah,
right?
same.
So Super Bowl tickets for sitting upper deck, okay? $8,000 upper deck. If you're down on the lower part of the stadium, like field level, how about $35,000 per ticket?
If the Browns go, I'm in.
Yeah. They'll
Taking
come
the day
down
off
closer to
and
time too.
Well, look what happened
Yeah.
with Formula One, right? The
Yeah.
F1 series tickets were like crazy,
Insane.
and then you could buy them on Groupon 2 for 1. It seemed like towards the end. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's crazy.
Imagine the size of the TV you could buy for $8,000.
Say because I went to it last year,
To
Super
what?
Bowl.
The
Super
Super
Bowl.
Bowl? Oh, you
Oh,
did.
did you?
and it was the same thing. Tickets like the cheapest ticket was like $4,000 or $5,000, and then I decided just because I'm an Eagles guy, so I decided I know.
I saw you did something in Pennsylvania. I'm a Penn
Yeah,
Stater,
yeah.
so we got a Giants fan. So we got to be
Yeah.
careful. I'm glad you're over there.
I'm a Penn State guy. I got my Penn State shoes.
Oh,
on.
you do? You are a Penn State guy?
Yeah.
Did you go to Penn State?
No.
But you support them. You like
Yeah.
them. Okay, then I take back everything bad I said about
Yeah.
it
See,
for the next couple of minutes anyway. But no, it's the Super Bowl. Listen, it's gonna be great for this town. But it'll be interesting to see. I mean, those tickets. How far do you think the tickets will come down game of day? Hey, 2 for $50 right here, folks.
it'll be pretty cheap.
You
Yeah.
know,
I think
jeez.
I got one for like 1,800.
Wow. And where'd you sit for that price?
Lower level 50-yard line.
Really?
Wow.
All right. So that's not
Wow.
bad. See,
Right.
for that,
That's crazy.
Yeah.
1,800 for 50-yard line seats. I think that's a good price. But 35 grand?
I was
Sure.
literally one seat behind
Yeah.
Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh,
How cool
wow.
is that?
That is pretty cool. Listen, my Giants, even when they came here earlier this season, you know what I did? I stayed home. No lines for the bathroom. I had no lines for my drinks. I got a 52-inch screen TV on my recliner. I love my Giants, but I really, as a fan of football, although I live here, maybe if I was a Raiders fan, I was there. I really don't have any strong desire to go see Allegiant Stadium. It's not for me. I know it's beautiful. I think it's just a hockey puck with a silver line around the top, but that's just me. They could have done better, but I missed the memo asking for my opinion. Hey, by the way, first of its kind interactive playground is gearing up for its opening. The new playground will open in stores at the Luxor Hotel and Casino on Thursday, January 18th. It's 15,000 square feet, featuring more than 20 larger-than-life nostalgic games, 2 bars, a VIP mezzanine, private event spaces. Does not include VR, AR, or arcade games, but offers a large-scale tactile games and attractions set for all ages. While the attraction will be open to everybody during the day, however, at nighttime, it'll become an adults-only night. I don't know if I should be reading between the lines on what that means, but no kids, basically. Tickets start at $37, allowing guests to experience each of the games. Additional credits can also be purchased. Playground will open Sunday through Thursday from 12 p.m. to 12 a.m. and Friday and Saturday, 12 p.m. to 2 a.m., a lot closer to the times that these guys usually have to work. The hours now you're going to work after this, you said. Do you work a lot of late nights as well? Like, it sounds like you do usually, Colby. but
I do, yeah.
Do you do that late night thing, or you mostly?
No, not anymore. I'm all day shift, so I'm 10
Okay.
a.m. to 6 p.m.
So
which
you
is
actually can have a
perfect.
regular life.
It's really nice.
What does that hour shift do for you? You don't get good hours.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of used to getting up early. I'm just not used to falling back asleep. But no, normally, like for me, like I start my day 6 until 2 or 3 o'clock whenever we get done, and then at that point you're going to close. Then you still have to restock. You got to clean.
Right.
gotta
So you don't have
reset.
time for like a social life or personal life, do you?
No, I still do. It's just you got to kind of suck it up, get up, and start being productive.
Right.
That's the thing.
See,
And
now,
usually I do, but
Now, Patrick, with you and Deborah working on the movie the way you guys do, you guys are pretty much 24/7
It's
working on
24/7.
everything, right? You don't, get
24/7.
you don't get a break like these guys do.
No, there's always something else coming up.
Right,
We have to
yeah.
Finish with the film.
How much sleep on average do you get a night when you do the movie stuff?
When
Don't tell Deborah. Hopefully, it's a little less than
she's
she.
watching right now.
I don't
but
know
yeah.
if she is. I don't see her in the chat room. Hey, Peter, good to see you there.
Yeah, she's probably working. So yeah, it depends. 5 hours,
Wow.
5-6 hours.
And she
If
probably
you're-
hasn't slept at all.
If you're in full gear, yeah. If
Sure.
you're in full gear, yeah.
Wow. I mean, listen, I have trouble sleeping from 9 p.m. to 5. What do I know about that? Hey, the Salvation Army, this is a great story. The Salvation Army is presenting an art show for anti-human trafficking to support the anti-human trafficking program. Local organizations have teamed up to give survivors of human trafficking a voice through their creativity. The Salvation Army has partnered with First Friday Foundation to present the, quote, Voices Unveiled, Resilience Through Art show on Thursday, this upcoming Thursday. So check it out. Salvation Army, you can check out that the gallery will be open from now until January 18th. So go down and support those folks. And last but not least, this is a great human interest story because I interviewed this gentleman about a year ago. You guys know about the guy who worked at Burger King, and when he announced that he was leaving, all they got was like a gift box with some toys in it. You guys, Kevin Ford is his name. I know you obviously have heard it.
Yeah.
You guys, are you not familiar with that story?
Mm-mm.
Where have you been living? Under a cave? Are you working a lot or no?
No, I'm under my cave very comfortably. Thank you.
Pulling my blanket back over my
and
head.
that's daytime news. You should know
That's
that.
so Kevin Ford, I interviewed him. He's a great guy. Actually, I think we had him on Thoughts Count Anywhere in the past, and we actually gave him one of our wrestling belts that we had custom made for the show. We all signed it and gave it to him as a thank you. 37 years, okay? It's amazing because, first of all, it's fast food. I don't know anybody that really works past 37 days or months, but this guy did it for 37 years. Never called out sick, nothing. So after all the time he spent, he finally did. The Burger King gave him what they call a thank you gift basket. That's it. Never missing a day of work, and that's what he got. So, and the story went viral. Somebody set up a GoFundMe page, and the country, the world supported him with $400,000 in his GoFundMe account.
Wow.
Really
Wow.
shamed Burger King, quite frankly,
Yeah.
to say the least, right? So
That
Kevin,
guy's creepy anyway.
who's that? Oh, Burger
The
King,
king.
the king. So right off the bat, Kevin bought himself a home, and according to the article, he moved out to Pahrump from the city and bought a 3-bedroom home, fenced in yard with mountain views. Move me no mountain, by the way. I thought a little connection there. Yes, John?
I heard he opened his own franchise.
I don't even want to continue the story. We're going to end it right there, folks. We're going to step aside for our first break, courtesy of John, on a really bad note. But though, Kevin Ford, seriously, congratulations. We love you. I want to catch up with you. And last but not least, I will end with this. David Soul, Starsky and Hutch fame from well before you guys were probably born, passed away this past week. So anyway, with that, don't go anywhere. We're going to have a lot of fun with these folks here at the panel, including we're going to see them flare with some bottles in a little bit. You're watching Aaron's Hour. Don't go anywhere. We're right back.
Hi, my name is Edgar Alejandro. I'm the co-founder of Rising Again Productions. So we've been here in Vegas producing films for the past couple of years, and we've seen our fair share of studios. We've worked in our fair share of studios, and to be honest, WWDB TV has been our favorite by far. John is so welcoming. The space is wonderful. It's perfect for what we need. We've had rehearsals here. We've had callbacks here. We've had table reads here. So if you're a Vegas creative, or really just a creative coming into Vegas, definitely check out this space. Chat with John. I think you'll find that this studio has everything that you'll need as well.
Showmanship has been a big part of bartending from day one.
And once you get into that zone, it's the best feeling in the world.
Legends in Vegas, it just changed the game.
I can break down a move, and if you never flare in your life, it might take years for you.
We all want to be the best.
On competition days, it's competition, your enemy right now, you know. But tonight we'll drink together.
What a coincidence to run the trailer of the movie as I have my guests here. I didn't plan that at all. Not at all. Not at all. But thank you.
Thank you. You're welcome.
You're welcome, John. Thank you very little. I appreciate it. All right. It's now time to get down to some busy conversation with these guys. Patrick, Colby, Lindsay, they are stars. Patrick is behind the scenes, but Colby and Lindsay are in that movie, Shaken and Stirred. Really the first, where did you get the idea of the first ever documentary about flair bartending?
Deb, our director.
Okay.
She's a champion flair bartender in her past life.
That's right. I
Yes.
forgot about that. That's right.
She opened up I believe, the Voodoo Lounge. She trained the bartenders at the Voodoo Lounge at the Rio. She opened up Kahunaville back when it first started here in town. She had her own bar in town, the Red Room. Yeah, and so she's in the world of flair. And two of our producers who interviewed her on their podcast, Rob Houston and Dean Cerneals, they said, hey, we have all this footage of all the great competitions, that happened here in Vegas back in the day. And they got us involved. And hey, why don't we make the first feature film on flair bartending?
And of course, for those of you who are as old as I am, the movie with Tom Cruise, Cocktail, that came out, the late 80s, I want to say?
88, I believe.
Okay. Not bad for this old guy. That really kind of set the tone for people to see what flair bartending was about and all the flippy stuff and how cool that looked, right? Is that what got you guys interested in learning how to flair bartend?
For me, it was the first time I ever visited Vegas because I was bartending back home in Ohio while attending Kent State University.
Okay.
And I came out here and I already loved bartending.
Right.
And in a past life, I was in theater, musical theater, dancing and stuff. So
wow.
the whole
Okay.
showmanship aspect of it, I fell in love with it instantly. And I was like, and I never saw Cocktail yet because I'm very, 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 very young. Not turning 30.
Well, I said you were 18 and holding, so you're good.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
21.
Yeah.
That's true.
Don't tell
Sorry,
Sarah.
21 at least to bartend. Sorry about that.
But yeah, and instantly was intrigued by that. And
Okay.
then it was I came back to Vegas about 8 months later, saw it again, made a point to see flair again at the Carnival Court. And then that trip I was at Fuel Bar where Colby works.
Okay.
And just fell in love with it and was like, I think I want to do that.
Did you think it would be a career? I mean, it's fun to see and do as a bartender, but really, Colby, the explosion of flair bartending is very different than, just bartending.
Right. No, absolutely. I know, like, for me personally, how I got into it, like, I know your story was based off of kind of experiencing it in person.
Yeah.
Mine kind of started ironically as like a joke, which is much of my life. But no, like the first bar I ever worked at, I was actually the only male bartender that was hired there, the first one.
Okay.
And because before that it was all girls, so it was a sports bar.
So
of course with that, when I get behind the bar, all the typical like customers that are there, like, oh well, we've been used to so and so and so and so, and they have tits and ass, and what do you have? And me being a smart ass, I just kind of threw something behind the back and caught it, and I was surprised I caught it. And I kind of played it off, and then but they liked it, and then it turned into like a kind of a thing that way, and it kept going, and then I ended up going to the owner of the one bar I worked at in Reading called Legends. I was there for a while.
That's Pennsylvania, folks, by the way.
Yeah, Reading, PA. It's spelled like reading, but it's not. It's Reading.
That's right. Like Crick and Creek, right?
Yeah.
Going to school there. Where are you going to go swimming? We're going to go swim in the creek. But I have a mall that's called Creek Mall. It's spelled the same. I don't know. Anyway.
But yeah, that was kind of for me getting into it. And then the owner of that bar signed us up for a competition, made us do it.
And how long ago was that when you got into it?
That would have been.
You just give me years.
Yeah, my first flair competition, I believe, was like 2009.
Okay.
Maybe 10, somewhere around there.
Lindsay, when was yours?
2017.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, to me, what you said was kind of interesting. I flipped the bottle over my shoulder. I caught it, much to my own surprise. I mean, when you did that, how many times did you try it after that you didn't catch it before you caught it again? It couldn't have been every time.
Right. Yeah. No. 100% no. Like we're human. Even today, like we'll still drop behind the bar.
Sure.
Almost exclusively.
Yeah. Pitchers in baseball still throw wild pitches. They just get paid millions of dollars more than what we do. But a lot of it's just kind of having that confidence. Like if you're going to do anything, no matter what it is, that requires some sort of eye-hand coordination. If you're not confident, you're going to have a lower success rate as well.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. You've been in competitions, like you said, for a while. You just came back from one.
Yeah.
Right. Where was that one?
This really small little place called Rome, Italy.
Oh, I was thinking Rome, New York.
Yeah,
I'm glad you clarified that.
I was thinking Rome Boulevard in
That's right.
But yeah, no, it was the IBA World Cocktail Championship, which IBA
International
is short for
Bartending Association, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
I guess someone was on Google. I
just can't. I'm good with letters.
But yeah, so it was a World Cocktail Competition or Championship. Every country that's in the IBA, they all hold a national final, and they send whatever their current champion is to represent their country against everybody else.
Gotcha. And for you, when was you started relatively recently in terms of when Colby started? What's the most recent competition you've been in?
That would be. Oh, I did want to hear.
I didn't mean to give you a trick question. I didn't mean.
Short-term memory and long-term memory issues. I did one locally. I think it was in August.
Okay.
Yeah, somebody put one on at the Cosmopolitan.
Oh, okay.
Super fun. Yeah.
How'd you do in that one?
Really decently, because I made the finals. I wasn't expecting to.
Okay.
Because it was craft cocktail, like original recipe and flair. And I was happy with my show. I had a good time because I didn't really prepare that much. It was kind of like, yeah, I'll do it. I haven't been on stage in a while. And then I made the finals, and I didn't bring like enough of my ingredients. I was like, I'm not making the finals. I'm going up against some superstars. And then I was like,
hello, room service.
Yeah, I had to go find some ingredients. I was not expecting that, but it was a
That's
good one.
good. That's good.
Yeah.
What kind of warm-ups do you guys do? I mean, like you mentioned pitchers, you got to warm up, you got this, you got that. What kind of prep do you guys do when it comes to prepping for a contest? What do you guys do? Give me an idea of what a basic training or practice session would be like for you guys.
So for me, I'll kind of just go into like my go-to sequences and routines, and then I'll just practice those, repetitive muscle memory. And then and I have to have my music done. That's kind of step one for me, is having my round music done. Are you laughing at me?
Yeah. Not because of you, because of me. When you said about
he mixed his music about 3 competitors before his round. I've witnessed it, and it's insane how you pull it off. Makes me angry, actually. I had to have my music done because I have kind of like that dancer choreographer mindset.
Well, with your background, sure.
Exactly, because I used to do choreography for musicals and my own dance team. So I start with that, and then I kind of just start plugging in sequences, and the way I build it is the way I was taught is like you kind of want to build and then build up and down,
Right,
pretty much.
right.
So yeah, and then I just
It's like
started-
anything. You got to build to a climax, then you bring them back down,
Yeah.
and then you bring them back up and end on that high note.
Exactly.
I think, right?
And then it's kind of like if it's a certain cocktail that I have to make or my own, you have to factor that in there as well
Gotcha.
as far as order of like operations, I guess.
Gotcha. So what, about 30 days practice before competition? A little more than
See,
that?
that's where I
30 minutes maybe?
For me,
Yeah,
like
you got the full spectrum right here on this one.
because his flair is insane and he can do everything last minute.
Mhm.
Whatever.
Well, he's doing a little longer than you. So we'll give a little plus minus ratio there.
It depends. Like I've had comps where I start really early and then I have some where I decided to do last minute or got asked
Sure.
to do it last minute.
Sure.
Ideally a couple months or a month.
Ideally.
Or a day.
Or a day.
Ideally. It's really I'm all over the place. Like
Gotcha.
there's some flair bartenders that are really strict as soon as they know they're doing one, or
They're on.
they train all year round.
Right. Gotcha.
I'm
Well, theory, when
I'm
you're
mixed.
working behind the bar doing it is almost a practice as well, right?
exactly.
Right.
And that's something that like I'm a flair bartender at my job, and
Right.
some people that do competitions don't work at flair
Right.
bars. So I do kind of have that constant
Right. Repetition.
little bit of practice
Right.
and yeah.
Colby, how about for you?
Yeah, it's so like the full extreme here from one to the other. So
100%.
yeah, that's why I started laughing. So what I kind of do for like a little warm up, let's say it's like a day of the competition. I do like a 1 bottle and 1 shaker tin, maybe for like a minute, if even that, and then I go right into 4 objects and just start testing back and forth.
Does it becomes muscle memory after a while? Doesn't
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
Absolutely.
So Patrick, I want to ask you a quick question about the documentary. How did you select Colby and Lindsay, or how was the process for those who are in the movie? How were they chosen to be in it for the documentary?
Well, we wanted to stay in Las Vegas
Sure.
just because we're based here, and it would have been too expensive to follow flair bartenders in other cities.
So what he's saying is he got you guys on the cheap, is what he's actually. No, I'm just kidding.
It's also because they're well known
Of
here
course,
in
of
Las
course.
Vegas for their flair
Sure,
skills.
sure.
Our third contestant is Lorenzo Garcia,
Okay, which we saw in the trailer, I believe.
which we
Is
saw
that
in the
correct?
trailer.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So they're well known here in Las Vegas. They've won championships. They've
Right.
been in top competitions before. So yeah, it was like a no brainer.
Sure.
Colby, Lindsay, and Lorenzo.
Okay, and you and I talked before we went on the air. You've been on the big screen and small screen TV parts. Have you been in movies or TV as well, or is this your first experience?
No, I've done a bunch of stuff. I did a commercial for Miller Lite
Oh, I didn't know that.
back in the day. Yeah,
Oh, cool.
that's when I still had a mohawk and full head of hair.
Hey,
Oh, a
what's
long
up?
time ago.
The everybody with the hair jokes around there. What is it?
I don't know what you guys are talking
I
about.
know.
We can talk about that as
And
much as
then,
you want.
but yeah, I did that. Got to do like an ad spot for Finest Call as well back around that same time. I did a commercial for a vodka company called Zev, Z-E-V.
Okay.
I'm not sure if they're still around anymore. This was back
Okay.
in 2011 or so.
Okay.
And then I also recently we did as well, but got to teach Stone Cold Steve Austin how to do
He was
flair
there too.
That's what she
bartending.
was mentioning, and I'm a big wrestling guy.
Yeah.
So
He was
back in the
actually
day. Go ahead.
sorry.
No, no,
He
go
was
ahead.
the one who got reached out to by a producer, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
And then they were like, well, we want diversity, whatever. So it was also myself, him, and Lorenzo. So we kind of
Okay.
kept the gang together.
I'll have to
Which
check.
was fun.
Is it
Yeah.
is it available on YouTube or something? Because I'd love to see that.
It was on A&E.
A&E, I could
so-
probably go to their
I
website.
know.
We have Hulu
Yeah.
Live, episode 1. Stone Cold Takes on America.
Really? All right, I got Hulu. I'm checking it
Shameless
out.
plug.
And that whole thing
That's all right.
that whole thing was funny too, because I woke up to like a voicemail because naturally they called me in the morning. I was
Right.
asleep, and
No.
it's like a
I'll
voicemail.
call you right back. I got to fall back to sleep for an hour. I'll be right
Yeah,
back.
but it was like, hi Colby, this is so and so from A&E, and I'm just like, yeah, okay, this is some fucking prank phone call, or it's like a spam or something. But I typed in the name and looked it up, and it popped up with like a whole resume of previous
Yeah.
shows that they've done, and I'm just like, holy shit, this is real. And I started getting like nervous, and then had to figure out like what I'm gonna get ready to ask and stuff like that, and then called them back, and then that's when they said they wanted if we had any girls that worked at Fuel at the time, and then so I brought Lindsay and Lorenzo in as well just to keep us all together.
Sure.
Which was awesome. I was super grateful that he thought of me because
Sure.
I also had like low expectations because I've been asked for a couple TV shows that I went so far, and then they were like, sorry,
Yeah,
we're going a different
yeah.
direction. I'm like, all right, Hell's Kitchen. Whatever.
Well,
Take that, Gordon Ramsay. I'm just
You
kidding.
probably do yourself
Clip
a
it.
favor.
Yeah, I mean, anyway.
But no, that I love the background. So I'm going to actually search for that. Like I said, I'm a big wrestling fan, and it'll be fun to see. But that series that he did, I think, just came out last year. Was his first season.
Yeah.
So you guys, and if it's the first one, man, you guys. That's not a bad way to kick off a new series with you guys.
It was
That's
awesome.
cool. All right, John, here's what we're going to do. We're going to step aside for break a few minutes early. Well, we're going to add in this break because these guys are going to go over to Studio 1A and get set up. We're going to see some Flair in action. I warn you, folks, no bottles will be harmed in this demo. I'll tell you that much right now.
No promises.
Nope. Well, maybe a host if a bottle goes flying too far. Anyway, you're watching an Aaron's Hour. You're going to enjoy the next demo. When we come back, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
This is the story of one man's incredible journey from 350 to 200-pound weight loss and his mission to help and inspire others. Aaron Phillips. People are praising Aaron's new book with 5-star reviews. Aaron's various humorous and wildly entertaining stories portray his rise as a sports announcer, his encounters with exotic and irregular entertainers on the Las Vegas Strip through his long-running Vegas Unwrapped radio show, and his contagious and positive style of pursuing success. Call now or visit our website or Amazon now to get your copy of Let My Voice Speak to You, stories from a Hall of Fame radio personality. Order now.
Most business owners struggle with the following issue. How do I brand my business to get noticed? Double 8 Design Studio helps businesses by designing brands that boost confidence, look and feel timeless, stand out from the competition, and attract all the right clients. Whether you are in need of a new brand, upgraded design elements, or completely redesign your current brand, Double 8 Design Studio has fully customized packages for your business. Call Chelsea McKendrick at 702-525-3334 and visit www.double8designstudio.com. Let Double 8 Design Studio give you a brand new outlook for your business. All right, welcome back to Aaron's Hour. They're getting safe. If you hear clanking noise in the background, they're just kind of warming up. Thank you very much. All right, Patrick, I mean, this is what they're going to show us what really the film's about, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, just having fun with what they do every day, you know?
Do they need somebody to sit in front of them like we're pretending at a bar? That's what we should have thought about, John. We should have set up a demo bar that we could be sitting
They're
at.
professionals.
But we don't have music to accompany Lindsay, so I'm worried about this. Lindsay, you're going to be okay without music? I look at her. What? You're going to be okay without music? You said music is pretty important for you.
Oh, this is fine.
Okay. All right. So without further ado, this is going to, if you haven't been to a bar where there's Flair bartending, this is what you're missing. If you have been, this is what you know. And of course, what the movie's going to be all about. So we're going to go over to Studio 1A with Colby and Lindsay. So take it away.
All right.
We're doing 101 at the same time, right? At the same
I told you, I'm not following you.
I wonder if there's anybody that's ever done broadcasting and commentary on this. But so far, they haven't dropped anything, which is great.
What about this is what you're missing?
Now, did you see him turn around and grab something off the table while the bottle was spinning? Holy cow. Oh, Lindsay with the little muscle pump there. Did you see that? Got two of those.
Don't hit me.
Did you notice Colby's working with beer cans also? Is that what that is back there as well? Oh, no, they're shakers. I'm sorry. They look like a beer can. Oh, okay. I don't know. Maybe I need to start drinking beer. I have no idea. Oh, Lindsay's got the juggling going. That was cool. Now, Patrick, while they're doing this, I want to ask you, obviously they're doing these with special bottles like you were sharing with me that are created for this, but there's got to be a difference in doing this in real time behind a bar with filled bottles, yeah?
Oh, completely. See, that's the thing. Some exhibition flair for like competitions, they can do amazing stuff, but in real life, what if you got like a bottle filled with, whatever, with vodka, any type of liquor, it's going to fly all over the place. So they're really experts in making it real when they're actually doing working flair at their jobs.
What's the average weight of a filled bottle that you guys use normally?
29 pounds.
If you take a brand new bottle out of somewhere, what's the normal weight of a bottle of liquor?
Oh, I don't know.
He don't know. I just drink it and flare it. That's all right.
It's heavier than half a bottle.
Heavier than half a bottle. Thank you, John.
Our job's to pour it out and get people drunk.
Okay, got not to care about how big the bottle is. The faster the bottle gets empty, the better, right?
Yeah.
Now, what's your favorite routine, Lindsay? When you're doing stuff, what do you like to do? I mean, obviously you have your routine, but is there something within there that you really like to do?
I wouldn't say I have a favorite. I mean, I have go-tos that I don't really have to think about so much.
Okay.
Did you want?
No. No, you just keep doing your thing.
I've been doing like right now is pretty much just like my simple, even like my warm-ups.
Right.
Kind of, if I'm just trying to get in the zone a little bit. Oh dear. Not the zone yet.
Obviously, a lot of squats are needed in flair bartending.
I got that covered.
But I got to imagine physically that there's some warm up physically, stretching the arms, opening up the shoulders a little bit, right? I mean, a little. He's like, no, I just step on in 3 seconds, I'm good to go.
Well, I mean, part of like the basic stuff.
Sure.
Is kind of stretching you out also.
Right. That's true. That's true. All right.
It definitely helps. We know a lot of people that have injuries from doing
Sure.
repetitive motions for so long. And
Sure.
I mean, even I have wrist issues that have been really
Almost like a carpal tunnel, or just like
I think it,
ligament damage just from tendonitis. Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
according to Ash Jeeves.
Ask Jeeves. Man, I haven't heard that in a long time. All right. So what I'll do is let's go about another minute. We'll have people just kind of focus and do whatever. If you want to do something on your own, both of you, and then big finish. There you go. Do we have a timpani drum that we can do over there, John? Oh man, the quality of sound effects around here. We spare every expense.
That's why I lost my job.
You guys are just spoiling us now. See, I would say edit that out, but we're live.
We are live. Yes, we are live. That's okay.
You got a room right now. It's just you.
That's right. You're not behind the bar. You got plenty of space. See, they're making it look so easy. I tried that with a baby bottle once. Not so good. Not so good.
And you know, the people that criticize them for making mistakes
Right.
can't do shit anyway.
That's true. That's very true.
You're watching
Right.
years of practice here.
Well, that's
Years and years of practice.
Right. I mean, this is not something. Now, I know we'll talk to Lindsay about this when they come sit down. I know Lindsay teaches women bartenders to do flair, but I mean, how long does it take? Can someone like me be taught to do something without killing himself? That's the question.
Yeah, I mean, if we can teach Stone Cold, we can teach you, I'm sure.
Great. And just as he says that, he drops one of his tumblers.
It's morning for me. I'm still asleep for only 3 more hours. Oh, no.
All right, we'll end it right there because I don't want Kobe to keep throwing stuff around the studio. Thank you, guys. That was great. Come on back on over. So when we. Oh wait, yeah, go. Well, it doesn't matter. Yeah, go around. We don't want you cutting in front of the camera. But Patrick, I mean, that's you could see why. Obviously, they're doing it as a dry demo in studio for us. But when you have a full packed bar, you got. I mean, it's like Coyote Ugly was another movie that had that.
Definitely.
I mean, that's excitement there.
You know, I think they're caught up in the adrenaline, if I'm not wrong.
Sure.
I mean, when everything's going right, the crowds after you, they're all clapping and cheering. They're loving what you're doing. You know, you're making great drinks, you know.
And they're also, I got to imagine, guys, it also helps in your tips. When you're entertaining them, I mean, people leave tips out of courtesy because of the drinks, maybe some good conversation. But when you're entertaining them the way you guys are, that's got to be, should be. I don't say, God, I'm sure there's people that don't do it. If I was sitting there watching it, I know I would go above and beyond extra tipping because of how you just entertain me.
Yeah. And you can still have fun with it too. Like right there, like obviously, like I'm still waking up, but like, so like even with like dropping, you can still play it off. People are like, oh, like, oh yeah, sorry, man, yard sale, everything laying everywhere. You know, you can play it off and have fun or same thing too. It's like, you can compare it to NASCAR when people are like, when they make a big sound when you drop, be like, oh, what is this NASCAR race? You only celebrate when the crash happens, you know, and then just kind of have fun and roll with
I mean,
it.
that's what it is, though. People definitely clap and cheer. They love when we're entertaining, but they're just waiting for us to drop.
Sure.
And we know it, too.
Sure.
I'll do it on people like, what happens if you drop it? And I'll be doing it, and I'll be like, let's find out. And I just throw it on the ground. They're like, oh. I'm like, yeah.
So what is the reaction, though, from, let's say, people who work at the bars that you guys are at, and you do drop a bottle that's full of liquor? I mean, obviously, I got to imagine that
That's coming out of your check.
It's not like dropping a tray of food in the back or something, is it? So, sir, what happens in that situation? Obviously, you know, you're still entertaining, and I'm sure the cost of that bottle with all the extra drinks people are buying, watching, and all that is more than covered. What's the reaction when you do drop a bottle from the manager or somebody? I'm just
Well,
curious.
they're not breaking it all, really. Like we have rubber mats everywhere behind the bar. So,
Oh, okay. That's true. You have this, the
It's
working
rare
mats.
that a bottle actually breaks behind the bar.
Okay.
Because we're not doing our competition stuff behind the bar.
Sure.
9 times out of 10, we're doing the stuff we know we're not going to drop.
Okay.
And if we do, which I do all the time, and people ask that, do you ever drop it? I'm like, so much.
You're only, I mean, you're human. I mean, it's a skill that you
Yeah.
keep working on every time you're back there doing it. But I mean, even just the simple, listen, me talking simple, behind the back, catching it, and as simple a maneuver as that looks,
Yeah.
that's probably the one move you guys probably do more often than not, I would think.
Yeah.
You know, even in that though, it still takes precision timing to get your hand back there. It's muscle memory. It's not like any Tom, Dick, or Harry can do this. I mean, yeah, essentially.
Especially when we are busy, and that's like a huge misconception with flair bartenders. People are like, "Oh, you're 3 deep, we're in the weeds, or you're going to spend time."
Right.
Like, no, we do just the simple, like behind the back or something with a tin.
Well,
and-
sure. You're getting ready to pour your next drink for the next customer. The bottle comes out, you're flipping it, the tumbler, and you're moving on, right?
Yeah.
I got to imagine when everybody's covered and you have a few extra minutes to catch your breath, that's when you kind of maybe start doing some more entertainment with the bottles,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
I like to interact too, I think, with people in the fact that I was kind of doing it there without realizing it. But if I'm on stage in a competition, I try to target somebody in the
Sure.
crowd. So when I'm flaring, I'll be looking at them for some moves, like
Right.
while I'm throwing stuff, and then go back up to what I'm doing.
Sure.
Or same thing at work behind the bar. You're
Right.
trying to make that eye contact to kind of engage
Yeah.
people a little bit more. So there's no wall between you, essentially.
Right.
Um,
That makes sense. Breaks down that fourth wall, like they say
Yeah.
in pro wrestling, breaks down that wall.
Exactly. Yeah.
Let me ask you this question. If you weren't doing what you do today, bartending, flair bartending, and all that, what was your original career direction? I mean, I know you had the arts, drama, and music, and I don't know if that's where you wanted to go, but what was your career goal before you started doing this and found this to be the place you want to be?
I think for me, it would have been definitely trying to pursue a career with ice hockey and go further with it.
How far did you play?
Pretty much just up through like travel.
But you're like the travel club kind of thing?
Yeah, so like I've played all over the North America and stuff, but a lot of it for me was just kind of, I mean, if I would have stuck with it, I probably could have definitely gone up to the big leagues.
Mhm.
You know,
Any
maybe at
regrets?
least AHL.
Or as they say in
Yes
the
and
commercial,
no.
any regrets?
Yeah, yes and no. I mean, like for me,
Told you I'd go off the rails.
Nice.
yeah, like the reason I kind of stopped pursuing it was because of my mom's health at the time.
Gotcha.
My dad and I took care of her together,
Gotcha.
which kind of worked for my schedule of bartending because my dad would work during the day. I would take care of her
Right.
during the day.
Okay.
And then we would flip schedules. I'd work at night. He would be at home at night. So we would kind of take turns taking care of her. But then that's what kind of got me more into the bartending side of it full time away
Gotcha.
from everything else.
Okay. Lindsay, how about for you?
So I've had like 3 potential career paths because when I was high school, it was like the theater, drama,
Mhm.
entertainment. But I actually went to school for sign language interpreting, which
Really?
I'm still fluent in sign language, and
Wow.
it's kind of always in the back of my mind. Like when I
Sure.
do want to stop bartending, whatever, I always have that. I mean, it's just such a great skill to have
Absolutely.
in general. And then
Buy one, get one free.
perfect.
Yeah, see?
My wife
Two of the
does
same.
it too. She's tried
Two
to
of the same.
two of this. She's tried to teach me over the years, and I just find that my fingers get too just stuck together, and I just have to
Sure.
stop.
That's what happens.
It was it was like twister fingers. No,
But
but
I
you're right though. It's a great skill that you could use at any time though,
Yeah.
too. That's a great thing about it.
and I, not as that frequently behind the bar, but it's I've definitely had that over the years, and
Sure.
it's awesome.
How long do you see yourselves continuing to do this, the flair bartending, forever, or just you'll know when it's time to move on, or you're just kind of playing it gig by gig, so to speak?
Well, it's kind of different out here, like career wise, because
Mhm.
we are like union and we have the whole like pension, all that
Okay,
stuff.
I didn't know
don't-
that.
All the
That's
stuff
great.
that I don't understand yet. Because I'm only 18. I don't have to worry about that. But
Let's
I don't
move it
really
up to
know.
the 21.
I
Yes,
think-
come
oh, yeah,
my ass
21.
over here, please.
21. I don't really know. I have tried to think of it. I have some backup plans in mind,
Sure.
but right now I don't know. I don't know the answer to that.
I think for me, I kind of base it off of my coworker, Eric Holbert, or Boogie, as everybody knows him.
Okay.
Captain Boogie.
He's like 75 and a half.
Really?
No, not really. But it's like, he's pushing 60 and he still has a blast behind the bar every day. So when he's back there, still able to do it.
Right.
I see myself being able to do it then too. And if
Right.
not, that's kind of what's pushing me to make sure I'm still having as much fun as he does
Right.
behind the bar at that point. And if I don't, that's where I'll move on and go somewhere else.
Patrick?
Well, let's just say Vegas is a great place to be a bartender.
Mm.
One of
Sure.
the best
Yeah.
places in the entire world.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, there's a reason we're the entertainment capital of the world and sports capital of the world coming as well. It's funny you mention that, Colby, because I've been doing this over 18 years, and I told my wife the day that I don't have the excitement to go do a show, and even when I do my regular shows, you get that anticipation doing the show, the excitement. Oh, I'm going to meet new people for the first time, like you guys, and the excitement's there. And I told my wife, when I don't get that anymore, the mic's going to be hung up. That I can't. I'm not going to force myself. This is designed to be fun. Yeah, there's work that goes into it before we do this, like you guys. But when it's the presentation time and that light goes on and you're ready to go, as long as you have the passion, love what you're doing, do it until whenever.
Until the wheels fall off.
Yeah, exactly.
That's kind of how I've always looked at it. Like, because I'm having a blast right now.
Yeah.
I enjoy what I do.
Sure.
I figure I really, really like it.
This is amazing.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm just kind of a bummer. In
Poster
general.
children for bartending.
I do.
It is early for them, although it's a day job hour. It is, it's early.
This is just my personality. It's really glowing, I know. But yeah, like exactly.
You'll come out of your shell eventually.
Exactly like you said. When it stops being fun, or if these injuries keep coming,
right?
Who knows?
Right. Now, Patrick, how long have you been producing and directing movies and all of that stuff?
For about 10 years now.
Okay.
As you know, I was here last year with Deborah. You know, she directed her first film. I produced it. You know, movie No Mountain.
Right.
This is our second film together.
Okay.
My third film, feature film, and then we have a horror film in development, which we hope to film hopefully by the end of this year.
Wow. Well, if you need voiceover work or a scary guy in the background, I'm your guy. You know what I'm saying? Well, that's great. So the schedule seems like one a year, one release a year, which is, I think, a good schedule.
Yeah. We're very excited, and we love to be Las Vegas filmmakers too.
Right.
We think this is a great location. And Las Vegas used to be the capital of flair.
Right.
I mean, now it's like dispersed all around the world, Europe, Latin America. But Las Vegas, this is a Las Vegas story in essence. To
Absolutely.
Flair.
Absolutely. All right, John, do we have time for one more quick break, or should we keep going to the top?
We got time for anything that we want to do.
Okay, then let's step aside for a quick break because I'm going to brace these guys for my silly questions.
I've been waiting to do this one.
This part, what, the commercial?
Yeah.
All right, go for it. We'll be right back. I don't know what John has planned, but God help us.
Hi, I'm John P.G. Stiles. Some people call me JPEG. You can probably guess why. I'm the founder and partner at WWDB-TV. Does your business need a commercial, or do you already have one and you just want to get the message out there? Do you need a sizzle reel? Do you need an audition tape for a part that you're up for? Or have you ever thought about hosting your own show? Well, this is the place, WWDB-TV.
Ladies and gentlemen, here's a question today. Who the hell was that homeless guy in that last commercial? Listen, we spare every expense for these commercials. We'll drag anybody off the street. What's that?
Edgar shot that.
Oh, great. Oh, Edgar shot that. Edgar, you got to upgrade your personnel in your shows. Anyway, one thing I want to talk about, we were just talking about it off the air, and something that is important. In your bio, you talk about that you have a training program that's designed for females, but yet open to everybody. So let's talk about that. What's the intent for that? Talk about that.
So yeah, the original idea was a women's only beginner flair bartending class. Okay. I am, open up to other groups of people, the LGBTQ plus community, 100%.
Okay. So let's rephrase that. You have a training program designed for anybody who wants to learn flair training.
Anybody but straight white men. I'm just kidding.
John, that gets rid of you then, John. Sorry.
Don't cancel me, please.
Yeah, there goes your mic.
That's it. I'm done.
Man, did I say that on the air? But yeah, it's
no. This is live, so no one's can't edit it.
I am not a vegan.
That's stuff from our previous show, the wrestling show. Anyway, go ahead.
But yeah, I had the idea a few years back. I don't remember what year. I think 18. A bar school in San Diego actually flew me out. They're like, "Hey, we want to do this women's class, flair bartending." At that point, I was like, I'm not that skilled. And they're like, "You're fine. It's all beginners." I'm like, "Okay, I can handle that." And I went there, and I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know how I was going to be as an instructor, like for flair, because I'm the student.
Right.
So how am I going to, be a leader? And then as soon as it started off, everything came very naturally to me.
Sure.
And I loved it. Came back to Vegas, and I was like, this gives me an idea. Mm-hmm. And of course, I included the guy that reached out to me first. I go, I'm thinking of doing this.
Of course.
It was inspired by you. And he was like, take it and run, girl.
Sure.
Do it your thing. And I had a lot of doubts. A lot of people in town, like in the Flair community, I heard things through the grapevine. It was kind of like laughable at first, like, and I was like, I mean, I get it. I'm way less experienced than everybody else. I was the new kid in town.
Sure.
And then I started doing that, and after that first class, like it was so good. The girls, like, they understood what I was doing there,
right?
And it was awesome. And then after that, I didn't really care what people were saying.
Right.
On the other
proof
hand,
was in the pudding for the success of the class.
Absolutely.
Sure.
And on the other hand, I did have a lot of people that were supportive too.
Absolutely.
I can't stress that enough. And people that guided me, I was like, how should I structure this?
Right.
And it was great. And then I kind of just kept going with it.
Right
It's
on. Well,
so
that's
fun
good.
and very rewarding too.
Oh, see, that's the part I was waiting to hear about that. So any of the students you've taught, are they working somewhere right now, or did they just want to learn it as a fun skill for themselves?
You know, I've had a lot of different, I've had, and a lot of times my class is split local and half from out of state, which was like crazy to me. I'm like, people are coming out. It was a lot
They're
of pressure.
flying to get to me? Holy
And
cow.
it was so much pressure at first, but I have a lot of students that are currently bartending. I've had repeat students because they're like, I had so much fun. I haven't practiced. And I'm like, come on back.
Right on.
So yeah, a lot of different.
Where can people get
very
information about that for you? Do you have it on a website somewhere or Facebook?
I
or-
mostly just use social media.
Okay.
It's just Lindsay Palumbo on Facebook. And then my Instagram is at LindsayP440.
Okay.
And as soon as I announce classes, right now it's all through social media.
Sure.
I'm not good with
No, that's all right.
websites and stuff.
If you need a location, I know a studio that could probably help with location and film stuff for you. Just saying.
That'd be awesome.
Just putting it out there.
We'll talk.
Anyway.
Yeah, some homeless guy.
Get that homeless guy in there. He's located down on the corner over there. Good luck. Colby, how about for you? What are you doing? What's on tap for you? Where can people find you, get in touch with you, whatever?
For me, it's I mean, I'm at Fuel Bar on the Strip every Sunday through Thursday, 6 to close. And sometimes on a Friday and Saturday too, just extra days picking up. But for me, like my social accounts, Instagram, you can find me on there. It's at Colby Ashton, ColbyAshton. I'm on Facebook as well, just under my first name, Colby Ashton as well on there too. But I don't really do the like the Twitter or anything else like that.
X. It's now X.
Oh,
Let's
X.
be culturally correct.
I don't
now.
do the
Is it?
X.
X. They call
I'm out
it.
of touch.
You don't have a MySpace, do you?
I had a MySpace
Wait,
and a
wait a
Xanga back in the
minute.
day.
I was hoping to get in that top 8 after this show.
Patrick, real quickly, let's wrap up the movie. What you're looking to do, because then I want to fire a couple of other types of questions at these guys.
Well, I just thought you could follow us on IG, X, and Facebook, Shake and Stir the Doc or Shake and Stir the Movie.
Okay.
You'll know it's us because there's a guy flipping
You'll see.
bottles.
I was gonna say, yeah, exactly.
You'll know exactly who it's us. Yeah, and we're excited about this film. We interviewed some of the best bartenders, world champions in flair from around the world: Argentina, Italy, England, the United States. We have our 3 local Vegas bartenders, which is a tribute to Vegas. And yeah, we're excited and look forward to this year, 2024.
Right on. And I just want to remind everybody, as soon as this show is off the air, you can go stay on our Facebook pages. You can grab the URL to the video. Same thing with YouTube. We're on YouTube. You can grab whether it's on my channel or WWDB TV. And in about a week's time, if you go to Roku and you download the WWDB TV channel, look at my show. This show will be there for your viewing enjoyment. So look for it all over the place. And look, I can't wait. When you're going to have a premiere here in Vegas, I presume.
Yeah, we're going to show it here.
All right, I will be there for that one because I want to see the movie. Well, I'm going to watch a trailer. I'm going to have to watch a trailer enough times to the minute 45 you said, to watch it in full length. See if anyway. Okay, never mind. That fell flat. Okay. All right, real quickly, we have a couple of minutes left, so I'm going to fire some bizarre questions out to you. I'm not going to ask Patrick these because he went through these last time he was here. So, real quickly, favorite actor of all time. Think quick.
Ryan Reynolds.
Favorite actress.
I don't.
Favorite movie. Give me something that's
Liar.
Pants on Fire. Jim Carrey.
Sure.
That was just on TV. That's probably why I was closest. Yeah. Okay. Favorite music genre.
Kind of rock.
Okay. Favorite song.
Breaking Benjamin, Diary of Jane.
Oh, you were ready for that.
Favorite.
Song.
So, who's your? Oh my God.
Go on,
Favorite vacation place that you want to go to.
I was hoping you were going to ask
Vegas.
me.
Okay. What do you want me? What do you want me to Vegas? What do you want me to ask you?
I don't.
It's like winning the Super Bowl tickets. We'll fly you out to Vegas to the Super Bowl from here. So it's okay. Favorite vacation spot that you want to go to?
Want to go
Bucket
to
list.
Greece.
Okay.
Ooh, same.
Maybe in May.
Oh, for the
Competition coming
flares.
up.
Yeah.
All right. Couple last questions to let you off the hot seat. Favorite superhero of all time.
Well, without being suggested, definitely not that one.
Oh, I feel the mic is about to turn off over there, John.
For me, I was always a Deadpool or a Gambit guy.
Well, okay, Deadpool. I mean, Ryan Reynolds.
But before that was even a thing, I was super excited when he was announced as the actor.
He's a great guy. I love watching his stuff.
Otherwise, Gambit.
You say what you want.
Catwoman, because I really like cats. I love cats, actually.
Did you watch his question?
You see that in the film too. You see that in the movie
You
too.
lost me.
See?
My cats are in the movie. They're kind of the stars of the show.
Yeah. All right, real quickly. If a movie were made about your life, who'd you like to star as you?
Ooh.
I'm giving them future movie ideas.
CM Punk, because he looks kind of like me.
Now he does.
Yeah, exactly.
You got to tune into Thoughts Count Anywhere. You'll love our show.
One of the two actresses people say I look like, I don't agree with, but Jennifer Lawrence, and she is kind of a silly goose like I am, I think.
Okay.
And then the girl who plays Captain America, but the girl version.
Oh, Captain Marvel you're talking about? Is that the one?
Miss Marvel?
Brie Larson.
Brie
That's
Larson.
the one, yeah. I've been told, I don't see it, but they're very,
Yeah, I
they're
see
very
it.
pretty. So I'm like,
Yeah, that's it.
thank you, John.
Coming from the homeless guy. Remember that.
That's
All right, last question.
I'm looking for a sofa.
When the day comes that you got, and this is a long time coming, but this is the only serious question. When the day comes that you're standing at the pearly gates and the maitre d' is there to welcome you in, presumably, what is it you want to hear them say to you as you walk through the gates? I only have 30 seconds left, so.
That's
See,
an interesting one. Yeah, that
only
one.
serious question I ask always gets everybody.
I guess it would be more asking me a question of if I did everything I wanted to do.
Okay.
I would say you did great. Or like, thank you for living with a good heart and
Good job,
putting good out
killer.
into the world. Yeah.
This is not
Crushed it, bro.
This is not a beauty pageant question there.
Actually, you know what? I would take it back. I would do rock, paper, scissors with him to see who wins. If I win, I go back. If I lose,
I'm disappointed that neither one of them came
I don't
up
know
with
if
the
he's even
following
going
response. You did
The
it with
bar's over there.
that, or you did it with flair. Come on now.
did
It was
it
right
with
there.
flair.
All right, we're out of time. Patrick, thank you for coming in again. Colby, Lindsay, thank you so much. Continued
Thank
success.
you.
I can't wait till the movie's done. When it's ready to go out and make you get me stuff, you
I
definitely
will.
bring everybody on that you want. Everybody, thank you for watching. Have a great week. My guest next week, Lucy May. She is Lucifer. If you watch her on Facebook, she's a hard rocker from England. I've had her on many times. She's a great guest. Tune in next week, same time, same bat channel. As always, be kind to everybody. Why? We're all we have. See you next time right here on Aaron's Hour. Thank you, everybody, for watching.